sell Mohbad house or something. So, is there any crime if you lie under oath in the court of law for telling a judge that this particular, how will I put it, this particular property does not belong to us, it was rented, and at the end of the day, they find out that it was the deceased property.
You need to look at how careful these people are. There are things that they've got a lot of litmus papers. So what they do is they do an audio. They drop it out. See how the public reacts to it. That means we are teaching them, we the public on TikTok, when we break it down, then they will take it back. So you can see they're not gonna mention any of this where the law will be against them or where you can actually file petition against them. They will put it in an audio. When you put it in an audio and it gets dissected, then you find out that they are not talking about it anymore. This is what has been happening all along. And you know, when the public are out there, when the intelligent Nigerians are out there as the whole lot of us, and will break this thing down and narrate it, they realize that they have to drop that one. They're going to try this one. So they've tried everything now. They've dropped everything. And the whole process right now is how we can run away to a safe haven somewhere. Let's look for narratives on the internet. Let's look for opportunity where we can say they want to kill me and my baby. They've seen stories, they've watched movies of people who are seeking asylum because when they get to that country, they will say, if I go back, they will kill me and my baby. They are after us. They are threatening us every day. They are doing this. They're almost going to start appearing to you in your dream because it's the one you've killed. They will appear to you in your dream. They will torture you in that dream. That is what is going to happen to Wunmi. They will start seeing that spirit of the one he tried to bury. And they've exhumed that body. The spirit of Mohbad will keep haunting Wunmi. That cry that she's crying, she will carry on crying that cry. You know why she's crying the cry? They say she's mourning. If she's mourning the death of Mohbad, she should have got over half of it by now. Because she's guilty. She's guilty. So we don't even want, just come and tell us that it's not Mohbad's child and let's move on from the DNA. And then let's still find out who the father is, just in case the two of you connive to bite this guy. So that that child can inherit.
They've been a strong
because they thought they were going to get away with it. You see, when you want to bury a body, lower the body, they say, open the coffin, open the coffin, open the coffin. If we did not see a picture of a broken neck inside the coffin, we might not go down that route, that aspect of the whole process. And the only thing you want to say is that you went to bring Mohbad's own mom to come and protect you, the killer. By then pointing at the father buried him horridly. And then you guys are the ones that have embalmed his body. You've taken him to 2 hospitals and they certified him died. They've tried everything. But for everything they try, they always bring audio out. When they bring the audio out, by the time the public break the audio into pieces for them, they think, oh my God, what are we going to do next? They start thinking about what to do. They even wanted to fool us that they are fighting in their house. Their camp is divided, and it's a lie. It's a lie. That narrative, oh, this woman's sister came out and started ranting and saying, oh, and then the other silly woman got involved. I don't know how much they pay her a month for weekly. The one that dropped on her knees, begging on a live video, begging on her knees for women not to say anything, to stop talking.
Tolani,
yes. You know, because I've engaged directly with Tolani several times. We get on well to actually open a conversation where we actually stop everybody on the panel to stop talking so we can engage. She is a brazen, conniving, artificial human being. and I said to her, if what goes on a platform doesn't suit you, don't stop there, just move on. But if you want to come on a platform, if it is you, will you not have done the DNA today? And you not want to take me back to Baba Mohbad's behavior and what Baba Mohbad said about this woman? And I'm saying, no, that's not the question I'm asking you. If you wake up out of nowhere and something has happened all of a sudden and I tell you a short story about your behavior and you can't remember that much, what would you do? Just you still going back to the same thing that I'm telling you. Part of it is actually even wiped off your memory because you've been sleeping for a period of time. What would you do? So, whether she's a family related to them or she gets something, of them for whatever reason, or she's been promised something. But if the thing is, all she needs to do now is actually tell us this child doesn't belong to Mohbad, do your worst. And then we know which step to take. Because she knows the child doesn't belong to. You see, sometimes they say a woman will always know the father of a child or who got. No. She knows that pregnancy doesn't belong to Mohbad. Well, I don't even think it's anything to do with sleeping around, but she knows that child doesn't belong to Mohbad. So that is what she needs to. She doesn't need to fight the public anymore about not wanting to do DNA. Just tell the truth. Tell a different truth. Address it from a different angle. And you will find out that when we take it away and we go and digest and dissect it, we still want to know whether it's you and the father of that child that connived to kill Mohbad and then frame all the papers, find somewhere to say he did a will. I don't know how a 26-year-old man is going to be doing a will and put his son as a beneficiary at the age of 26. Does he know he's going to die tomorrow? Does he know he's going to die? It's not adding up. They've tried this whatever on audio that maybe he did a will or didn't do a will, this and that. They say thumbprint. But by the time the public decided that no chance, they stopped talking about it. So you can see, for every time they drop an audio, every time they come up with anything that doesn't have substance, we're always not taking it. And the fact that we are not taking it, it's what is making them run scared. That we've done enough right now, even for their supporters. Tonto Dike, Yabodowu, just lover, the whole lot of them, for them to know that if common sense has traveled away from you, common sense is disappeared to space, you will still wake up and know that we must know who the true father of that child is. Whether you do it by DNA or you do it by confessing, whichever way you do it. You don't want to do DNA, we don't want you to do DNA. You don't want to go anywhere near Baba Mohbad, your child will not go anywhere near Baba Mohbad. But tell Baba Mohbad that I'm sorry, I should have told you this child is not a descendant of Aloba family. And then we know what to do next. People, all the top designers in Nigeria, we better start reaching out to them because they have to sew her a special uniform that she's going to wear to that prison when the law catches up with her. I rest my mic for now.
Yeah, exactly. That is the because if you look at Wunmi arrogance, her arrogance ever since has been so very, very bad. Because she felt that the police are behind her. She got back up. So she sometimes, if you see the confidence she used to come out to talk, you understand. When I dissect some of the way she came out to talk, I would just like try to reason. I would say, look at this girl coming out to talk, to speak like this in this manner. When you know that you've committed such a crime, and you're still coming out like this too, because you felt that the police, they are behind you. People who controls the authority are behind you, and they're trying to cover up the crime. Is that why you come out this way to talk like this? Sometimes when I look at the investigation again, I just think, I don't think the police are ready to help out in this investigation. When I,
like Papariano say, let's expose them.
Let's do background analysis and be able to know the way to channel towards.
This thing pain me to a point whereby I look at public's emotion. Public emotion is what dragged me to this case by force. When I see people are dying and crying, I'm putting out all the wood, everything out there. I see nobody must play with these people's emotion. But all I can see, there's some engineer behind this who don't care about this guys, about this people's emotion. That they just focus on what they want, not what the public want. And no matter what we say, Sam Kuma, can you imagine that I even proposed for private investigators to do all of these things, all of these things you're talking about right now. It was private investigator that's supposed to even find all of these things out and even be giving out those information. I propose, when you bring solution, they will say, we are on it. They will say, one thing, do that thing. Before, no, I even heard that they were investigating those private investigators because of trust issues. We want to bring homicide case investigators. You are saying that you don't know that their evidence will be tenable in court. What is your concern with that? You don't want paying. We want to pay. Papariano want to pay from here.
You know the issue. The issue is when you collaborate, it is once it's more than one or two people, there's always a doubt. Everything I did on my own. And I'm still going to do more. And I'm going to do it on my own. I bring result to you. I'll bring the result to you to analyze. But it is not easy. I cannot join any group. I cannot join anybody.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
I'll spend my own money. But if I want to fish out, what's her name? I'll fish her out.
Sakuma, this is for the rest for the love of the public. The love of the public people. And that is one best.
Do you know they come to pick her at night?
I don't want
to. You know they come to pick her at night.
Don't.
Black.
I will say this way. There is so much a lot to unravel, so that they don't go and block those areas. Okay, let's not analyze.
They can't.
Okay, if there's obviously, you know how to say it. I don't have issue. Go on. Yeah, you know how to say the saying.
From what I know, she only has to move out of the house for us not to fish her out. She better go and sign that paper. She only has to move out of the house, and I don't think she wants to move. All those coming to she has moved. Liam,
that is why
they lie.
Trying to, something came to my mind yesterday, and I said it yesterday on the Instagram and also on TikTok Live. I said, what if Darusha is still in the country and they are trying to make us shift our eyes away from him, shift all attention away from him? They say Wunmi has gone to rent a house that Belash mother rented for him. Who is bringing out all this information? That's why I'm saying they are using some hosts. Those hosts are not using their brain. They are bringing some false informations and manifesting the wrong thing through this host. Like the other time, you see how I was angry when they came out. They said Baba owned the house. That they are testing them with information. Like they want to see how people will digest it. If people digest it, then they go down that route. But the people criticize it, they come around, we fight it, then they will desist. They are trying to, they don't know what to do, their hands are tied. Whatever they want to do, the public is ahead of them. That's how this case is. The only place where they are stronger than the public, about thing together with Berekete, because Berekete is there, I will put them together. People don't want to hear this, but I will put them together. Okay? The only place where they can defeat the public is not pursuing those evidence. No matter what we analyze here, we are not going to do autopsy on Mohbad. Okay? They have more rights over that body. They may bury the body anytime. Okay? There are so many things they can do unless we are so determined. So we have to look at it. But if we are so dependent on them, then they control the evidence. So with we waking up, we will now know that they can't kill this guy and go scot-free. We want to do some things right now without any of them, without the family, and then pursue that route. But in as much as people are still having confidence in them, autopsy on Mohbad till now they have not done it. We talk about private investigators bringing them. The only better thing I hear was that they're investigating and they don't trust them. They don't trust those private investigators, and they don't even show that those guys can do a better job. Then, if someone like me, when I look at everywhere was blocked, if you mention yes blocked, you mention yes blocked. If someone like me come out and say negotiation is going on behind the scene, you don't blame me. I'm following the case. Anybody who is following the case, you are waiting, you are giving leverage. Okay, if they play this song, you wait, you see. Okay, 1 month later, waiting happen. This one, that one. I am following up. Unless others who are not following up, it's the case I'm following. I'm not following people. But when I follow the case, I look at things that ought to be done, no matter how much we discuss it. Even when those ideas come, somebody's dribbling around. He's always finding the way to escape it. And the best thing they begin to do, they begin to bring God name. Let us pray. Oh, God will do it. Oh, God will do it. I told you guys, I said 10 weeks. People have made me not to talk again. I said 10 weeks. We are waiting. On the 15th, it's 10. So let us all be patient. Today is 3rd. Okay, today is 3rd. This is 12:35. 3rd April. So we are how many days? We're about 12 days to go. In 12 days now, there will be inquest. That is if they don't cancel the inquest. Because with the way I'm saying this inquest right now, when pressure comes to much on them, they will find something to tell you. You can see the hand of everybody is tight on this case.
Paparano, I told you that from beginning, these people thrive on changing narratives. Whenever you are getting what they are doing, you know what they do? They come with some kind of thing that people talk about. That is what they did that night. That's what you call that alagbo jedi that they went to do. What they did, and quick, the girl came online crying, everybody talking, because they want to change the narrative. It's obvious they are losing. And this is what they've been doing from beginning. And I continue to tell people, if you listen to what they are doing, you will get derailed. These people are
playing with mental health. They don't care about how people think. That's what pains me, because me myself, I'm so much into psychology. But if I can have some little bit of effect, I know when to come in, I know when to take myself out if it's getting too much. But when I look at other people who can't control their mental stuff, and I see how much invested they are into this thing, and I see how people are downplaying them. If it takes me this time, all these days, when all these scammers used to scam, whereby they will see somebody they call client, or this woman abroad, the woman will be crying. The last money of that woman, scammers will take it. The woman will be crying, will be saying, I don't have, scammers will be saying, send it to me.
He will say, I went to borrow. He will say, borrow.
They will say, go borrow. Sure you get, that is what I'm seeing in this case. Vicious. They don't care about how you think. It will just one way.
I've said from beginning,
and it's dangerous. People don't understand,
and they are doing it, and they are using people's mind.
Where everything got bad for me, where everything got savage for me, is when I look at Berekete, again, if I mention Berekete now, let me just take it. I never take it easy on him. I've said I want to wait for 12 days. I've forced myself to wait for 12 days. So that people will understand, so that we can learn from this. We will not get everything we want in this case. But people must begin to wake up to understand that, yes, indeed, like our brothers are really up to something else. The desperation is too much on some of our brothers. They can go any length to do anything. They don't care about even when people are dying. And if that is the attitude, people must understand. Then if we don't have to be trusting, if we don't have to be trusting people, we will not be trusting. All of us will be getting the right thing done. We will be after questioning. Why is this not done? Why is that not done? If you can't do it, can somebody else do it? Okay? Between this time and this time, if you don't get things done, you get away. Someone else come do it. It's not by force. When it becomes by force, then there's a problem. You don't have to be there. You don't have to do it. Money is not the issue. People want to send money to Berekete. Berekete said, I am a billionaire. But in the case where you're a billionaire, should we be worried about getting private investigators? I mean, why has Berekete not initiated private investigator in this case? Paparano, will he tell you, hey, you just sit there behind the camera? If it's already on, I mean, it's a very simple thing. We have taken care of that. Don't worry. Okay? But people will know that, yes, you have taken care of it. We will not worry about it, hoping that information is coming. But that when the idea is brought, you say you are looking at it, that you don't trust them. You don't trust private investigators. That what can they do that we have not done?
Papariano.
Go on, I hear you.
Papariano. Can I go on?
Yes, not issue, I don't have issue.
I'm sorry, because I have to get off.
Okay.
I want to make a disclaimer, and I want to advise people. I'll be saying more later. But for now, don't give anybody money to give to Baba. If you want to give him money, give him direct. I can safely tell you this. There's one case of 2 million that somebody took on behalf of Baba and never reported. That's all I can tell you for now. Don't give any money to anybody. Give it. Everybody knows his account number now. He still needs our help. He needs our moral support. He needs it. But people are defrauding him systematically, left and right. That's all I want to say for now. Everybody should.
Yes.
You please.
Okay, to continue. Yeah, that is why.
Thank you for that.
The next
I don't
24
think
hours.
say there are 40 thieves around him.
Yeah, we will do
Are you Secrët? You are the apostle in. You just revealed 40
I don't
tips.
tell you. I don't tell you now. It's all this.
You just revealed 40 tips now.
Thieves.
But I mean, Sakuma should have just told us who we should be careful of.
No, you can't do that. Even me, I won't do that. I won't do that. I won't do that. We got to figure it out ourselves. That's what I want people to do, to figure out solution by themselves. I don't want to cut all of those guys out. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for you.
Yes, you have to figure them out, and then if people ask more questions, right? And they don't just fall for these things. TikToker, you don't know me before. I don't know you. Suddenly you begin to trust me. Ask questions. Deal with me in a hard way. Be like somebody that have seen life. Don't come and be with me and begin to do like Momo. What if I bad? I go chop you go. Okay? Deal with me in a very hard way. That is straight. If you don't want to lose. But if you want to be 50, if you want to put it 50-50, you will lose later. Then you now realize. Most of us have got experience from other things. And when we come, we don't allow ourselves to be used. Okay? So, I don't know, some of you, maybe you will get your experience in this case. Look at spending. When spending was built, I said something. I said, why didn't lawyers go there to bail spending and have an affidavit of a sworn statement? You know what is told to us right now? They said now, they went to, out of whatever interest, we don't know, spending was built. Now, they wanted to go and do what I've said before. They went to call spending. You know, where for those from Mobad, come and have an affidavit, it's one statement. That is, if spending can have its one statement, he cannot deny to speak that thing anywhere, any day. Otherwise, they will use that against him. It's a sworn statement. He will always stand by that statement. But now they went to him. Spending said he's not ready to sign anything like that. They say Prime Boy is ready to sign, but Spending said he's not ready to sign.
The guy has come.
Paparano,
I can say that
somebody...
Bayo, hold on.
Okay, sir.
Bayo, Paparano, thank you for bringing this Spending matter up. You see, the last coroner inquest we saw on Spending, we all knew. We saw this guy that he has compromised. Whatever he thinks he's doing, by God's grace, who know the truth and is fit to speak it will go to jail. He will rot.
No. Faithful God. I keep saying,
effort we have.
No, faithful. Land case. We have to go extra mile to find evidence that we nail them down. As things stand now, there is no case which you can bring to me in the court that can nail Spending down. I said, let me say I'm Spending. We are in the court. Nail me down. I called the nurse. Oh, yeah, nail me down. I tried to help my friend. That is not going anywhere.
That conspiracy can be dropped.
If all of them follow this, they are playing this. The script is made to save them. The script is made to save them all.
Yeah.
If all of them lie, they get saved. You guys should understand.
Yeah, no, Paparano, you're right, 100%. But what I'm saying is this: as it stands, Spending is the only eyewitness between Mohbad, Wunmi, and Prime Boy, from the show to the house.
No. Adura also
follow these people to the.
Okay, yeah.
Adura, okay.
The driver, how about the driver? Driver of the car. They are hiding the driver.
Yes.
Yeah, they are hiding the driver.
Adura never testified exactly. Adura never testified of being in the fight, but Spending has testified for seeing the fight between Mohbad and Prime Boy, and he now himself again that saying, I saw Mohbad in the morning complaining his injury to me in the house. It means he didn't die on the way to the house. He probably died at home or on the way to the hospital. I'm still with you, Paparano, 100%. But I know for sure.
In that show, right? Either something bad. You guys should not rule out the fact that something bad could have happened to Mohbad in that show, on the road, and at home. It could be any of these three. Don't just make it at home.
Yes.
Analyze all of them. Say, in the case of in the show, like for example, me, I would say, if something bad happened in the show, let us say this way. What if in the show, Prime Boy, the fight we are talking about, was Prime Boy stabbing Mohbad, like it has been alleged?
Right, and he was chased down.
Exactly, yeah. If that is the case, Prime Boy stabbing Mohbad, but Wunmi knowing about it, okay, Wunmi collaborating with it, let me deal with him. Okay, once Prime Boy and Wunmi know this, now Wunmi will control every other. Say you don't see fight, all right? At most, in fact, say maybe he blew glass. At most, if you say anything, don't go for couple. Just say Mohbad was the one who hurt himself. For you to know it's a plan, they put it on Mohbad. Okay?
Yeah, you are correct.
Just wait. Wait now, we are coming. We are doing case by case, study by case. What if Mohbad hurt himself by himself? Spending, did you see fight? No. To save Prime Boy, they want to save Prime Boy to the narrative. Did you see fight? No. Who saw fight? I didn't see fight. That's save Prime Boy. Alright? Even if Prime Boy must have done something bad there, they all want to save each other. So, in that case, Prime Boy will only explain. We say, I didn't notice anything like glass. Alright? Spending will say, that injury, maybe he might have not noticed it, but like when they hold him, then I saw cut in Mohbad's hand. But because maybe they come in, they were eager, they were holding him, so maybe he might have not checked Mohbad's hand to know whether Mohbad had injury. Because there was a little bit of a chaos. I saw the military coming, like they separated the whole Mohbad, and he left, he left the place. If they ask him, Prime Boy, did you see injury on Mohbad? I didn't notice it, but I know Mohbad was hitting me. What? But if you ask Prime Boy, if I'm asking Prime Boy, I will say, Prime Boy, when Mohbad was hitting, did Mohbad miss? He was saying, it's like something like that happened, but I'm not sure, okay, because it was not something too big. All right, then people will say, okay, maybe that miss, maybe that is what Spending did, maybe that was what Spending saw. Maybe after Mohbad hitting, because Prime Boy said Mohbad was hitting him. Mohbad kept hitting him. Mohbad kept hitting him. All right. Prime Boy said, I never see any injury on Mohbad. But the person watching said they never fight. But I saw Mohbad. I saw Prime Boy miss.
Paparano, are you on Instagram? Are you on Instagram, Paparano?
Live right now. No.
So please go on live, please. Let's do this analysis on Instagram too, please. I beg you. This analysis is important for them to go.
So that's why I'm trying to prohibit their script. If all of them focus on their script, they go scot-free. If they say they never saw Prime Boy fighting, my lord, I'm telling you, faithful. Let's say you are the prosecution team, you are the lawyer. Okay, my lord, my client, Honorable Prime Boy, is a very gentleman and is a friend to the deceased and a childhood friend who will never want to see his friend in chaos without intervening. So as a result, the deceased and the wife were disturbing the public space. And as a gentleman that he is, he endeavored to act reasonably by telling the deceased not to have the public, not to disturb the public in this such way, just as he explained in the video. And the next thing that happened to my client was an assault on him. And my client never see any of this injury. Like immediately as my assault was being ambushed, security came in and they took my client away. My client never saw any fight. He only tried to interfere in calming the situation. And he was assaulted by the deceased. If my client has seen any bleeding or whatever, my client would have done better. Would have maybe tried to help. But my client didn't see anything. There was no such, situation. So now, go on, faithful. How do you prosecute my client? You are the government lawyer. Me, I'm Prime Boy's lawyer. Prosecute my client. Go on.
In the first place, for me on my own side, Prime Boy is never a suspect, but the people in the house, they are my suspects. One, for negligence. If I thought Prime Boy is part of the story, they got to, there's a witness, an eyewitness coming from Spending, who said when they got home, he cleaned injury coming out from his own brother or a friend from the show. And at daybreak, police could write a report that he bled profusely. If you see someone bleeding, what he's supposed to do is to assist him to get to the hospital. So for me, I will charge everybody for negligence.
There's something you seem not to understand. As things stands, okay, nobody is accepting this profuse bleeding. There is no testimonial evidence to this. If police who is charging them don't back whatever they say with evidence, police will lose the case in court. Because police say we saw profuse bleeding, police must provide such evidence, and in autopsy must be able to align with those things. And if upon autopsy they really find out those things, that this person lost a lot of blood, that collaborate with the police, then they want to know at what point did he lose the blood. That's so much blood in his body. So autopsy still matters. He lost the blood. So you get, and that's what I'm saying. Autopsy is another part of the evidence that is needed. All of this is saying alone cannot make you win these cases in court. It's evidence that is irresistible or verifiable evidence that we can see and touch.
Now, with that testimony coming from Spending, that he saw blood the next day morning from his friend's hand, is it not enough evidence to say the guy was bleeding?
No.
What is the magnitude of the blood?
Faithful God.
He said he got blood.
Faithful God, if you look at this case very, very distinctly, let's take, assuming he was actually stabbed. You know, when you experience a cut and there is bleeding, there will be blood clotting. What the blood clotting does is to reduce the bleeding, and over a time, it will form a seal on that bleed. So it reduces it. Now, if there was a blood, there would be evidence of the blood around the vehicle. You will see it rub around the chair everywhere. You must see it. Even a small blood, you will see it. Number one, you said someone was stabbed and he was bleeding profusely, and you did not even help him to stop the bleeding while you were moving from point A to point B. It cannot happen. If the blood was so severe, you should have driven straight to a clinic. You should have given him first aid, because the first thing that will come out of your mind, even the person that was stabbed, is to stop the bleeding. That is the first thing any rational person will do. So it is not a matter
we can
of
charge them for
it does not exist. That is the point. There was no bleeding that will warrant the police to use the phrase profusely. There was no bleeding. You can't come the second day and now say, I saw blood. So where are the rest of the blood? It means it is just a scratch. Even if there was something, it was just a scratch. And there is something I want you to see in this matter. You see, this story, these people, account they've given, if each of the suspects have a good lawyer, no, an half-brilliant lawyer, they will be off the hook. The nurse will get a slap on her wrist, because the autopsy, write this down, the autopsy is going to come with a report that there are other substances in the bloodstream of the disease. Because all the injection the nurse gave the disease will never in any way, according to medical process, bring any form of reaction, except there are some elements in the stream that the nurse never knew of. And the only thing the nurse was told that he had ulcer. Now, they will come with an autopsy report that will establish that the disease might have consumed some elements that made that thing to react. So if you look at it, the nurse is not really to be blamed totally. Now, there will be a little slap on her wrist that can come with 2 years imprisonment, 5 years imprisonment, that can also come with a fine or withdrawal of a license. But what license can you withdraw from an auxiliary nurse? She's okay.
That is where the negotiation comes in.
Wait, Bayo. It's not a negotiation. It's a plan. They've done the plan that even the 3 suspects can get off hook, even if they are nailed for it. Number 2, spending in no way can be attributed to the murder of this guy. Why? Bayo, you have a mechanic that works for you. My car got spoiled. You call the mechanic to come and work for me. The mechanic stole my car. Are you the one that stole my car? Or the mechanic worked on my car and my car got knocked? Will I go to police to come and arrest you that Bayo introduced me to the person? No. What you never did is, this person have worked for me. I send the person to you. If the person messes up, you deal with the person based on that. Let me also establish something for you. If these people so much believed that the nurse actually killed Mohbad, why was the nurse left to go home and we now later have to report to the police? How many weeks after he died did they report the lady? If not, the police stepped into the matter over 8 days after. Would the nurse would she have reported to the police? No. So you can see at this case, that in the first place, if not that people shouted, the nurse would have even gone to Libya and been smoking shisha. Nobody will hold her responsible because the wife, the brother, the uncle, the crew never held her accountable for the death of this young man from the first day. Agree? Yes or no? So if the lady has a good lawyer, come on now, all these things are sympathy. Spendi do not have a case in this matter. He only introduced someone. Whether the woman perform or not is not his fault. And what
Spendi just want to help. He can choose not to help. He just want to help. He can choose not to help.
His motive was to help a friend, a boss that was in pain. If you go to court, it is the motive that they will use to see if you
Aristocrat, right? Let's take it easy from here.
Intentionally or not.
Aristocrat, that's what I'm telling people, right? We have to study case. In a case that you will win, you have to know there's nothing underground. When everything is underground, that you don't know where you are. You don't know what you are missing. Well, this case, right, was supposed to be controlling, but we are defending. Baba side is defending their back. So many petitions on Punch. Today petition, that one petition. All those things amount to what? To what action?
Parado, let me remind you of a legal law. Prima facie. There is no prima facie that Prime Boy killed Mohbad. Yes, he might have an injury. Was it the injury that killed him? No. You cannot link him to it. Yes, you brought in Spending. How did Spending kill him? Ow. Yes, did he carry anything? Did he touch him? Did he do anything? So all the cases around these people, you will find out that this is a plan. They've mastered the plan in a way that
let me come this to Aristo. Let me look into
the end of the day.
Yeah, let me look into their trick. Okay, I'm trying to see what they are doing, because when you know what they are doing, you know what you should have done and what you can do to prevent their tricks. So again, now them bringing the nurse, maybe Mohbad took the balloon, the nitroxide. All right. If Mohbad took that nitroxide, that gas in himself with the balloon, which they say Wunmi sells the balloon. If Mohbad takes that, he buys that with his money and takes that by himself. Now, if that chemical is still running in his body, and now a strange chemical, a medical chemical, maybe like ceftriaxone. Let's say ceftriaxone should not mix with nitroxide. And now, because at the time they said, the police said it was when ceftriaxone, when other injection was given, Mohbad did not react. But it was when ceftriaxone was passed into Mohbad, IV intravenously, that was when Mohbad had anaphylactic shock. So now, what is that thing that ceftriaxone does not want to see? So what if there is something about body that contradicts ceftriaxone, which they know, which Mohbad are taking? So the nurse have to come and give it. On a good day, ceftriaxone cannot kill Mohbad, if given very well.
No.
But because of what was in the stream already, that injection is passed, sure there will be a reaction. I mean, fuel and fire. You take matches, you light them on the fuel, there will be fire. And the guy shake. And then from there, everything scatter. So if they go this route, what will anybody do?
Nothing. See, the only thing that can win this case is this, and I'm kind of doubting it. Establishing the time of death is very, very crucial. The time of death. Establishing all the elements seen in his bloodstream is very, very crucial. And when the state come to talk about the autopsy report, there must be a counter professional to give a collaborating evidence that what they are saying is actually true.
Okay, now Ariston, if we want to be more professional, Baba or Berekete should have some medicals in their team that will question the government pathologists in the inquest.
Wait,
and they're not ready for all those things. They're not ready for it now.
This is how it will be done. You know, I said that day that I'm not going to say it, but this is how it will be done. You see, when you come and you are talking about a woman that maybe you sue, someone went to do abortion, for example, and the person died. You now brought the matter to court on a homicide case, and you are questioning the doctor. If the doctor gives you some jargons, medical jargons, as a lawyer, you do not know. How do you verify that all the procedure that the doctor took were right? You bring another expert of note, certified expert, to explain the same procedure. And if it is same, and it is seen that what he did was right, you might say, no, something else happened. But if it is not right, you will question it, because you need to doubt the evidence. If you do not challenge and doubt the professionalism or the critical element of that autopsy report, you cannot find things out. And I think this is what Baba's team should be preparing for, rather than making us that they want to go and do autopsy. You should prepare to challenge whatever they bring.
You should see the team, not Baba team, but he's the one handling the case.
You will not go to the court and say, Mr. Court, because we are not sure of what this man is telling us, we want to conduct another one. And the sitting, we approve it, because you've been able to rubbish what was bring professionally, not with sentiment. Because in cases like this, it is evidence for evidence, not sentiment for evidence. You must think.
You know what? You know what? I'm looking for the strategy. Which bet that they want to use? First, he doesn't have a lawyer in the inquest. It's Baba lawyers. Secondly, there is no pathologist, doctors that they have in this case. I hope maybe by now, maybe they will go and get one because they are listening.
Thirdly, they don't have a PI. They don't have a PI. PI should have done a lot of things.
Personal, private investigators. Exactly. Yeah. So now I want to know, let me say the government pathologists come and they do what they ought to do. They announce what killed Mohbad. But they will just come and say, I deny this result. I don't understand. What does he have to say? I deny this result.
On what ground?
On what ground?
An expert. He's not an expert.
So, I understand. I want your case. On what ground?
You know?
Let's be like a criminal. I want to be like a criminal. Let us think criminally. What will he do? Forget about name and record. And that is when I look at all those things. At the end of the day, they will blame government. They will just blame government and cry and say, let's go protest for it.
You know, in the Western world, when they arrest people that break codes to systems of organization, what do you call them now? The hackers. They arrest hackers. They sit them down. They will teach the law. It is hacker that they employ to fight hacking. You need to employ a professional to fight another professional. So you need to get a professional that is even more sound.
Aristocrat.
A professor to come and question them, and that's how you win.
That's problem.
Yes,
just a minute. Just a minute. Golden Seal. It looks like you have my number, okay? I want to send a video. Maybe you can pass it to me. I was able to edit one, but I don't want the face of the next dog person that attended to me to show. Although I tried to.
We have a WhatsApp group now. Are you not in the WhatsApp group?
No. I'm not there. Let me inbox you, Mr. Sakuma. Let me inbox you. I don't have your number.
Inbox me. I'll send my number to you. You can say hi.
Oh. All right.
So you can send the video so that let everybody.
Yes, I mean this is the best thing because me I just want to come public. I don't like this step that they are putting the public on. I mean it's too high. It's too high. Let people know what's going on. They are safer.
Thank you, Papa. I'll be expecting you.
Go on, Aristocrat. Abi, don't forget your line of thought.
No. Forget line of thoughts. Listen, you see, there are 1,000 ways to win cases. But when you go to the court of law, because the judge was not part of the event, it is the evidences you put. For example, you want to fight an ACA. You need to bring another ACA to come and fight that ACA. Which ACA will you get? You bring an international ACA to help you to protect your system against a local ACA that has a superior way of doing it. And that is how you deal with professionals, medical professionals, so that when the chief pathologist finishes all his rhetorics, the defense will now say, thank you very much, sir. Or the prosecuting, the thank you very much, sir. And I want to call someone to help us to understand this better. I have with you, my lord, sir. So person. You go show his certificate. It could even be a government certified person. Yes. I know Professor this. Professor Emma Soleni. This one I've explained. Can you please explain it to us for us to understand? The professor will say everything. At the end of the day, that is an evidence.
I will be back. Let me receive his message.
So when you use that oral evidence against the one the state brings, and you have some doubt, you can now appeal